Nowadays, composites overcome borders of various industries. The fact which became obvious for the participants of the first international conference, Composites Without Borders, organized by the Dow Chemical and the holding company Composite and hosted by the Open Innovations Forum in Moscow. The conference was held within the framework of the Sustainable Future Project, a joint initiative by the Dow Chemical and the Sochi 2014 Organizing Committee. The Dow Chemical is known as the leader of the global chemical industry. Among other activities, it also produces carbon fiber materials at its joint enterprise Dow AXA. The holding company Composite is a leader of carbon fiber-based materials and composite production in Russia. Space and aviation has always been traditional spheres of composite application. However, that trend is changing swiftly. What do composites do? How do they get into this full-fledged world with its established business connections, advanced engineer schools, technical teams, each having its history over not even decades but centuries? What do composites do from this point of view? They started in the outer space, from space got down to aviation. Nowadays, in front of our eyes, they get down on the ground. As an example, nowadays, composite materials are widely used in the construction segment.
Carbon fiber composites are inherently lighter, stiffer, and stronger than the incumbent materials used in construction today, for example, steel and concrete. The replacement of these energy-inefficient materials with carbon fiber composites can reduce not only your startup construction costs, but also your associated costs in long-term repair and maintenance, all ultimately reducing the greenhouse gases that are associated with the construction process.
A special section of the conference Composites Without Borders was dedicated to the application of composite materials in construction and municipal facilities. With little effort, composites allow to enhance bearing capacity of building structures as well as their seismic stability. During the construction section, specialists from Composite Spetstroy demonstrated how to reinforce a ferroconcrete wall fragment with carbon fiber-based structural reinforcement system. The process is similar to wallpapering. An epoxy bonding agent is applied onto a ready surface, then carbon tapes, lamellas or screens are pasted. Afterwards, the surface is covered with protective coating. By now, more than 1,000 objects in Russian regions have been repaired using composites. A spectrum of objects which we are working at is very broad, from reinforcement of balconies in residential buildings to reinforcement of bridges and bearing structures of Moscow electric power objects. One of the latest interesting projects is reinforcement of stone walls in the Kremlin residence of the President of the Russian Federation. Other topics discussed at the Composites Without Borders conference covered global trends in composite use for wind turbine blade engineering, naval engineering, aircraft and automobile production. Key issue in future development of composite industry is to provide necessary conditions for equipment and technology design development.
Я считаю, что и мы тоже внесли
I believe that we, industry leaders, have also made a great contribution into this process, since we could give scientists and engineers an opportunity to work not with paper, manuals or electronic report, but with actual equipment of the world-class quality. Moreover, they are able to work here in Russia, in Moscow, using materials from all world leaders. Alongside the conference halls, a composite showroom was organized. Here, Russian composite producers demonstrated carbon fiber-based products designed for various industries. Among the guests of the showroom were the Minister for Trade and Industry, Denis Manturov, and heads of Russian regions, the President of Tatarstan, Rustam Minikhanov, Kaliningrad Region Governor, Nikolai Tsukanov, the head of Tomsk Region, Sergei Zhvachkin, Krasnoyarsk Region Governor, Lev Kuznetsov. The composite showroom was especially popular among Russian middle school students. More than 1,500 young people visited it during the conference days. Representatives of Artline Engineering Design Bureau held for them a workshop on designing a carbon fiber reinforced race car for an international Formula 3 competition. During the conference, The results of ideas in composite competition were summarized. The competition was carried out by the holding company Composite together with the Center of Modern Art in Zavod design territory. Young designers shared their bold, sometimes provocative ideas of composites' use in everyday life. For example, the winner Timofey Zhuravlev suggested creating a carbon bathtub in the form of a boat to be fixed hanging under a ceiling. More than 10,000 people visited the Composites Without Borders conference. Representatives of regions and municipalities, leading construction companies and architecture bureaus, Russian and foreign industrial plants of a composite material industry and other spheres, representatives of scientific society, young innovators, and college students of related specialties. According to the participants' comments, the Composites Without Borders conference became one of the main and brightest events in the composite industry.